Hey you guys, it's your girl Judy and welcome back to my channel, Judy JTV. I know it's been a minute, but I wanted to drop a little cute quick video that I've been promising y'all for months now. So as you can see, my screen is more clear. I finally got my phone fixed, and I actually got it fixed in November when I went to Barbados for I feel like that was my third time. Yeah, I visited Rihanna's house. Shout out to Riri. You know, she said I was her favorite bad girl, that Pisces connection. But yeah, anyway, my storage is still very small on my phone because I do everything on my phone. So I just want to hurry up and drop this cute little story time because I've been teasing it for a while. But yes, thank God I got my phone fixed, okay? No, literally, I was in Barbados and my phone just stopped working. Like, I couldn't use the screen at all. And you know, everything is touch screen. So I was like, oh my God, I need my phone. One, for all my content that I was getting in Barbados. And two, because I literally live by my phone. Okay, so anyway, it's a little rainy today. It's chilly, my favorite type of weather. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and drop a YouTube video because it's been a minute. So this video is about me getting kicked out of Catholic school. So anyway, oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't seen my interview with Wesley, ACONNECTION TV, you guys can check it out. The links are in my description, part 1 and part 2. Thank you so much for all the positive feedback. I'm glad you guys loved my interview. I was actually nervous because I did my own makeup. My MUA canceled like twice. I was like, oh my God, I hope I look good. But it was cute. So I'm thankful and grateful that you guys all loved it because I had a really good time with Wesley. Okay, so anyway, me getting kicked out of Catholic school. So I was always in public school, but when I got sick, you know, when I got my tumors, my mom was like, okay, I'm going to put you into Catholic school because I feel like the kids will be nicer. And, you know, she just wanted, you know, to make life easier on me. So she put me in a Catholic school, which wasn't easier on her because y'all all know private schools are super expensive. So anyway, I went and started at St. Lawrence O'Toole in my 5th grade year, and I had a ball. 5th grade was amazing. I met new friends. I easily make friends. I'm really thankful for that. Probably me being an only child, always having to, hi, I'm so-and-so, you know, go out, be outgoing, meet people. But yeah, so I had a great year, my 5th grade year at St. Lawrence O'Toole. Played basketball, volleyball, was amazing. And then in 6th grade, I almost finished my 6th grade year until I got kicked out. And let me tell you why. So I was over my friend Brittany Mandeville's house. I met her in summer camp. I used to go to a Jewish summer camp. Ain't that crazy? And you know, Jesus was actually Jewish. So yes, I was raised Catholic, made all my sacraments, went to church my whole life. And now I'm in Catholic school, right, at St. Lawrence O'Toole. But yeah, during the summertime, I would go to a Jewish camp called JCC. And it was actually some of the most fun memories I have of my childhood. I loved going to camp at JCC. I mean, the activities, I rock climbed. That's where I learned how to swim so well. Arts and crafts, pottery, ceramics, making jewelry, beaded jewelry, you know, with the little flowers and stuff, like 90s, 2000s nostalgia. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we used to go on field trips, bowling, playing tennis. I mean, scavenger hunts, ghost in the graveyard. I mean, going to other camps, other JCCs far away. I mean, it was just so much fun. I loved summer camp. But anyway, I met a lot of friends in summer camp that didn't go to my school. So not only did I have a lot of friends in school, but all the friends that I met at other schools. Super popular. I loved it. Okay. So anyway, I met a girl named Brittany Mandeville at summer camp. And even though it wasn't the summer, I will always keep in touch with these people throughout the school year. That's why, you know, even at high school, I didn't just go to my high school. I practically went to so many other high schools surrounding my high school because I stayed friends with all of these people. So it was a lot of fun. Different football games, different basketball games, not just my home games where I cheerleaded for basketball season and, you know, football season. It was super fun, super blessed, super thankful. I still have all those friends till this day. So I have friends from everywhere. But anyway, So it was during the school year, and I'm at my friend Brittany Mandeville's house, who I met in summer camp. And, you know, we're playing on the computer. This was AOL Instant Messenger days. I loved AOL. I'm an internet girly. I knew of like KRAZi and all these girls way before she dated Chris Brown, way before she became famous, way before I became famous. I literally used to follow them on MySpace. I had Black Planet, Crush Spot. I mean, I was really popular on the internet. Even on Facebook, when Facebook finally came out. If you remember on season 7, I was like, yeah, I have more followers than you on Facebook. I was literally Facebook famous before like viral or internet famous was a thing. Like, I swear. So, yeah, through the craziest parties, I mean, I was popping on Facebook. Popping on every site, actually. Before I was even, you know, Bad Girl Judy and stuff. But anyway, I had some other friends that went to St. Lawrence O'Toole with me, and they actually lived like down the street from me. Well, one of the girls. And this night, one of our other friends was spending the night at her house, who lived down the street from me. And they called me. They were like, hey girl, you know, come over. So-and-so is spending the night. You live down the street. Why not? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm actually going to spend the night at my friend Brittany's house, who I met at summer camp. So I couldn't hang out with them, but I knew that they were having a sleepover, right? And this is a house that I used to always go to. Like, we would carpool. We played basketball together. I was really good friends with her and her family, right? And I went to Catholic school, like I said, so we were all pretty close and knew each other. And, you know, it was a tight-knit community. I mean, it is a Catholic school. We were in the church, everything. So I went over to my friend Brittany's house, and we get on AOL Instant Messenger. And me, I always liked to scare people. Like, even when I was a little girl at ballet class, like when they would be in the changing rooms, I would literally turn off all the lights. When people used to come over to my house, I literally used to like lock them in the basement because I had a lock on the outside of my basement door. I wouldn't like torture them, like leave them there. I would, you know, open the door, but I like to like scare people. Even my other friend Elise, I think she's so talented in writing. She used to always, like, we were kids doing this. She used to write like horror movies. And for her birthday, we would actually like film them like on camera. We used to like reenact our own horror movies at her birthday party. I always tell her she's in the wrong profession. She needs to be like writing Hollywood movies or something. I mean, we were doing this as kids. So anyway, I always loved horror. I always loved being spooky and scary. And I always loved scaring people. So, you know, I'm at my friend Brittany's house. We signed on AOL Instant Messenger. And I'm like, I'm about to scare my friends because I know they're having a sleepover right now. You know, I'm going to scare them because I already know, you know, they're over there. I always be at their house. I know the layout and everything. So we signed on to a fake AOL Instant Messenger name. And basically, I just started scaring the crap out of them. Like, I was like, I see you. I see you guys. I'm not going to say their names just because, you know, I'm not going to do that. But I was like, I know you, so-and-so. You're sitting here right now. Your room looks like this. And I'm like just naming the room they're in, what it looks like, who's there. And I know this stuff simply because I really know them. I'm always over their house and stuff, you know. So anyway, long story short, they get really freaked out. I said, like, you know, I know you go to St. Lawrence O'Toole. I'm watching you. And ultimately, they were so scared. They called their parents. Their parents obviously called the police, like, who is this person? And they traced the IP address back. And it led them to Brittany Mandeville's house. And when I tell you, I just thought we had a great time on the internet, right? I thought, oh, it's so funny. I scared my friends. No, we woke up the next morning to banging on the front door, like 7 a.m. bright and early. It was the police. And they had like the printed out conversations and they were like, who is this? And I was like, you know, me. Like, Brittany's looking at me. Brittany's mom looking at me crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe like y'all called the police on this. But in hindsight, I totally understand there's so many weirdos, so many creeps on the internet. They had no idea who it was, right? But yeah, so they traced the IP address back. It was obviously me. I took full responsibility. And my mom was so mad. We went to the police department. in our neighborhood, Olympia Fields. And we had like a meeting with me, my mom, the other two girls who were my friends having a sleepover, and their parents. And they were just like, you know, why would you do this and stuff? And I literally was just like, it was funny. I was having fun, you know, just innocent fun. But ultimately, I did get expelled from Catholic school because I mentioned St. Lawrence O'Toole when I was scaring them. I feel like if I never said St. Lawrence O'Toole, like I know you guys go to St. Lawrence O'Toole, I probably wouldn't have gotten expelled, but I did just because I brought up the likeness of St. Lawrence O'Toole. So yeah, they were like, we're sorry, you know, we forgive you, but I mean, this is, you know, a lot. And you mentioned the school. So ultimately you will be, you know, expelled from St. Lawrence O'Toole. And of course I was like, oh my God, because this was like in April. So I was already almost done with my 6th grade year. So I was abruptly taken out of Catholic school and then put back into public school, where I ultimately went back into the public school where I, like, you know, grew up in, you know, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. In 5th grade, I went to the Catholic school. Almost done with my 6th grade year, but ultimately met back up with my old friends who I, you know, knew from previous public school. And it was just crazy. It was a lot to abruptly change schools. So my heart goes out to anybody who like moves around a lot. Maybe you're a military kid or an army baby and you guys move around a lot and you never really have roots, or, you know, finish a full school year somewhere. I totally can understand how that can be so scary and very taxing on you, because it was a lot for me. You know, of course I didn't want to leave my Catholic school. I already had my new group of friends and stuff, but ultimately I did go back into public school, and I finished like the last month and a half of my 6th grade year at a brand new school, getting into the swing of things. I mean, things are obviously completely different. I'm back to wearing different outfits every day. You know, at St. Lawrence O'Toole, I had a uniform. I got so accustomed to ways over there and, you know, church every Wednesday and, you know, all that. But I still, you know, even though I went back to public school, obviously I was still into church. I actually grew up really religious. My mom had crucifixes over every door to make sure evil doesn't come in or into the house. Yeah, I made all my sacraments, baptized when I was a baby, first communion, confirmation in my 8th grade year. I mean, literally everything. I grew up Catholic. Obviously, I'm more spiritual now, but I feel like religion and spirituality is so close, and people fail to realize how close it is. If you guys scroll down on other videos, I talk about religion and spirituality and a lot of other stuff. But yeah, so it was crazy, and I learned